Hey everybody, welcome back to Pastor TK Cards. Pastor Tommy here for another weekly recap video. I'm excited about this video because really the cards I'm going to show you here in just a little bit represent everything that I really enjoy about the hobby. I'm just curious, what is it that just gives you joy about the hobby? And if you've listened to any of my videos, you know I love set building. Right now I'm working on the 1964 top set, the 1973 top set, the 1976 top set, and the 1980 top set. 64 has been a lot of my focus, but I finally got my 1976 top sorted. I think I need about 78 to finish that set. Got my 1980 top sorted. I need about 40 of those, and I've got 35 of those on the way. And my 1964 top set, I've made a lot of progress. I think I need 68 cards, and I've got about 30 of those on the way. So I'm going to show you a few of the pickups there. And then other things I love to do is just collect my Phillies. And my favorite Phillies player of all time is Mike Smith. So I've got a couple cards that I picked up from my Mike Smith collection I want to show you. And then another thing I love to do is I like to rip some product and open some product. But kind of my rule of thumb is I don't open anything that I'm not building a set. And this week was a new release of 2026 Topps Heritage. And I opened up a couple retail blasters and a hobby box. Later on, I'll do a kind of a review of the product. There's a couple things that Topps has changed in Topps Heritage. Some I like, and one's kind of sneaky, it feels like. But I'll explain that in my review video I do. Probably do that a little after this video. Maybe release that this weekend as well. But and I'll give updates on my 64 and my 76. When I show you the 73s, I'm really excited about the 73s. And then one other area that's just really been something that I enjoy that's really not a lot of money, not very expensive. I picked up some just kind of nostalgia cards, I'll call them, from the 80s. Just some cards that I really thought were cool back then and really are still cool now that I've added to my collection. So I just really had a fun time in the hobby. Got back into town today. Had a lot of fun stuff waiting in the mail. And so I'm going to turn the camera around and just show you a few things that I picked up. One thing I really like is my sister picked up this mat for me for my card sorting table, and it's got the Pastor TK cards and my favorite Bible verse, Romans 12:1-2. That's always been a special verse to me. The Lord's used that passage many times in my life, so that was a pretty cool pickup this week. My sister, thank you, Donna, for getting that for me. Let me just show you some of the things that I was really excited to get this week. Some of my 64 pickups. I knocked off about 30 cards off of my needs list, but here were some of the better ones. Got the Sandy Koufax Strikeout Leaders card. That's a cool card. Number 1 in the set, number 5 in the set, I'm sorry. Got the Cleet Boyer card. Added that one to my set. The Nellie Fox Harmon Killebrew All-Star Vets. Just a neat card. Was able to pick that up. These came from Greg Moore's cards. Some of y'all probably recognize the way that he ships his cards. I got the Kurt Flood as well. These are just some of the better ones I got from my 64 needs list. A couple of rookies I picked up was the Tony Oliva rookie. Just a good example of that card raw. And then also the Tommy John rookie. Excited to pick up that card. And then the Tim McCarver. Not a Hall of Famer, but somebody that everybody recognizes that name. So Tim McCarver card, I picked that one up as well. Like I said, I added about 30 or so cards to my 64 set. I've got about 30 more on the way in, and I'll be down to the last 30 or 40 cards once they get here. One of my graded slabs came in and picked up the Hall of Fame card of Brooks Robinson. Really like that example of that card, and a PSA 6. So that was exciting to knock off several from my 64 run. Working on the 73 set. Interesting story about the 73 set is I had this complete set about 10 years ago, and when I was moving from Texas in 2018, I really didn't want to move everything. I had lost interest in the hobby to some degree. The kids weren't interested. I didn't have the time. I was so busy. But I sold my 73 set. I'm building back the 73 set, and I've got 3 cards I'm going to show you. And this set is a lot better condition than the one I had, but I picked up the Johnny Bench. Needed that card for the set. I picked up checklist number 588. This is the most I've ever paid for a checklist. And this was the final card that I needed in the set. I needed 3, but this was the last one to come in. He had it listed for 80. I paid $45. But that is a really good example of that checklist, and probably he probably could have sold that card for $80 if he wanted to, but he gave me a good deal on eBay, and I was glad to have it because that completes my set. Because a day or two before that got here, the last card I needed in the set besides the checklist was the Nolan Ryan, and I picked up this nice example of a PSA 5. And so my 1973 set is complete, and man, that feels good to have that back in my collection, but also to have it in a much better condition than what I had before. So I was excited. In 1973, Topps is my birth year, so I'm definitely helping. I'm trying to get every set from 1973 until now, and so really like that Ryan. But the checklist was the last card. I'll do a video showing my 1973 set sometime in the near future. I was just happy to complete that. Also picked up for the 76 set. You see why I'm so excited about these pickups, because they are building towards my sets. They're nice cards, and this one meets a couple things. It's a Philly. It's part of my 1976 Topps set that I needed, and it's my favorite player, Mike Schmidt, in a 1976 PSA 7. Told you I finally sorted my 76s and my 80s, and wanted to go ahead and show you the most important card in the 1980 Topps set. Picked up this Ricky Henderson in a PSA 6. I need, I think it's 40 cards in the 1980 set, and I've got about 35 of them on the way. None of the cards that I need are expensive. I just got to take the time to hunt them down. I had a couple lots, and I've almost got another, probably about another 85% set as well. And so if you're working on 1980 Topps, I can help you out there. If you're working on 64 or 76, I've got a lot of duplicates for all those years. And so if there's ever a time I can help you with a set, don't hesitate to reach out. So many of y'all have been helpful to me, and so I appreciate it. But man, it's a nice Ricky Henderson in a PSA 6. They get expensive if you get much above a 6, and so I picked that one up. Here's some of the cards I picked up, just a couple things, nostalgia, and then back to my Schmidt collection. But saw this card on eBay, and real cheap price, and I always wanted one of these when I was collecting in the 80s as a young man, but it was kind of out of my price range back then. But now it's not very difficult to pick up at all. But picked up a 1986 Topps traded Barry Bonds in an 8, and just really nostalgic. Really, and nostalgia is what made me get that card. And then I've got the 87 Topps set in box, but I'll put it in binder once I finish up my 2026 years ending in 6 projects. But just really always loved this card. It's not an incredibly valuable card, but wanted to pick it up. Looking to get an A6 Topps traded Bo Jackson Ricky card as well, but went ahead and got this one for very inexpensive. Working on the Mike Schmidt run. You saw the 76. I've got about half of them. He has cards from 1973 to 1989, and I picked up this 1988 Topps, and I'm not really trying to get a Gem Mint 10, but this one was very reasonable, and you don't see them available very often. And so, I mean, why would anybody want to grade a 1988 Topps, pretty much? But saw this one. It was an auction, got it at a reasonable price, and was just happy to add that one to my Mike Schmidt collection. I'm going to complete that run at some point, working on it right now. I think I'm probably about 70% done, but when I get that completed, I'll show that to you. But when I see a good one of those come up, I try to get them. Now these next 2 cards are just really complete nostalgia. I started collecting in 1981. Love Mike Schmidt, and I wanted to get this card and saw it available. Really, I think it was a $10 card. It's not worth $10 really, but to me it is, because I just wanted a nice copy of the 1981 Donruss MVP. You see, I started collecting in 1981, and these 2 cards right here were my favorite cards at the time in Donruss, because I just liked it that it was a little bit different with the MVP logo and whatnot, and just to have the 2 best third basemen of the day, in my opinion. I was 8 years old. I'd watched the 1980 World Series. I had rooted for the third baseman, and I had decided that whichever one of those third basemen, George Brett or Mike Schmidt, won that World Series, that was going to be my team and my player. But still really loved George Brett and the Royals, and but picked up a copy of these 2 cards in the MVP versions in that 1981 set, and they're just really cool cards to me. Some of my favorite cards, and really love those. And then finally this week, I like to open product that I try to build the sets in, and had a new release, 2026 Heritage. I'll do a review of that product soon, but Enjoyed opening that product. I'll show you a lot of different types of cards from that in my review video soon. But got this Roman Anthony card, and you say, man, that's a cool card. It's a Rookie Cup card. But if you know anything about heritage nowadays, this is not just a regular Roman Anthony. This is the Roman Anthony image variation. So you see where it says image variation. This card is ridiculously priced. I've already got an offer for $175 on this card on my eBay store. And so that paid for the box and some. And I'll show you some of the other cards I got. I opened a hobby box and 2 blaster boxes. But man, that's just some of the cards I got this week, and had a really fun time in the hobby. Completed a set. That's always a great feeling. I got some neat cards from my childhood that just brought back lots of great memories, and had some fun ripping a brand new product and heritage with the 1977 Topps design. I just really enjoy opening products that have the 1970s design or 50s or 60s designs. My favorite, really, I think, since I've started collecting again, product to open is any Topps Archives product. I just really like Topps Archives. I think it's because I get to kind of see 3 nostalgic and historical designs in one open, in one rip, and just building those sets. And so it's been a great week, a fun week. All the things, well, not necessarily all the things, but a lot of the things that I just really enjoy about the hobby, I got to experience this week. I'd love to hear what your best pickups, what your favorite things about the hobby this week or in recent past, and just hear your comments on what made you have a great time in the hobby this week. Thanks for watching, and until next time.